Hey, this is Will Herring from All Western Mortgage. Wanted to talk today about the state of the market as far as the real estate market is concerned. It's kind of important to understand what the state of the market is if you're a buyer, if you're a seller, or even if you just own your own home, or if you're thinking about buying sometime in the future. Stay tuned to the state of the market so you know what's going on and you know whether it's a good time to buy or sell. If it's a balanced market, if it's a buyer's market, a seller's market, all this is very important if you're in the real estate industry, if you're in the real estate business, if you're in the real estate market. If you own your own home, of course, you're building equity, and that's the best market to ever be in. It's way more secure than the stock market, the gamble market. So I wanted to talk about how the interest rates are high. Right now, we're locking people in the mid sixes to the 7% range. This is the highest it's been since 2011. This is creating a barrier for some people in the market, especially new first-time home buyers. They got qualified for a $2,500 payment, and now their payment is maybe $2,900 or $3,000 a month. So that's scary to them. Of course, $500 additional for your home is high. If you've been shopping for some time, 4 or 5 months, you have seen the rates go from 5 to 6% to 7% even. The rate increase, the increase of the interest rate over the last 1 year period is up 4%. This is the highest and fastest increase in 40 years. So this is causing some of the buyers to back away from the market. It's also causing some of the sellers to be concerned about putting their home on the market. Right now, with it being the holidays and sellers concerned about that the rates are too high and that there's not enough buyers running around out there, believe it or not, is causing a low inventory situation. And the buyers out there are having a harder time negotiating when a low inventory situation. But the folks that are trying to sell, they're very motivated. Being, again, that it's the holiday season and the rates are high, the folks that do have their houses on the market, they're willing to wheel and deal. So this is a really good situation for a buyer. There's a lot of pros to being able to be a buyer right now. The pros include being able to negotiate on the price of the home, getting the seller to pay concessions. You could do a 2-1 or a 3-1 buy down and lower your payment by hundreds of dollars every single month, all on the seller's dime. You can negotiate to have inspection items fixed on the house. You can negotiate to have longer closing periods, shorter closing periods. Really, the buyers can steer the bus right now, and it's been years since the buyers had any power whatsoever in this market. So this is a really good time to buy. If you did end up buying, of course, your interest rate's going to be high. But in 6, 8, 15 months, I'll be lowering your rate. There's news of a recession on the horizon, and every single time there's been a recession, the interest rates fall, an average of 2.5%. So right now, if you had to lock at 7% and it falls only the average amount, it should be at 4.5% in no time. And guess what? I'm going to do a I'm going to do a free refinance for you, and that's going to lower your payment. And this is the only bad thing about buying a home right now. Your payment's high, and if I can lower it in the near future, of course, you're going to get the best of both worlds, being able to negotiate with a seller and get a lower payment in the near future. We're going to help you divorce your mortgage, even though you're going to stay married to your home. So let me know what I can do to help you in the future. I also want to talk about how whether or not it's a buyer's or seller's market. When there's 4 months of inventory, it's a balanced market. Right now, there's only about 2 months of inventory in the Denver metro market, and the outlying areas, there's even less. So really, it's still a seller's market. But like I said, the buyers have more power and more control than they've had in many, many years, really since the last recession. So is it a good time to buy or sell? Well, this depends on you and your scenario. Let's get together on a Zoom meeting. Let's go do some math together. Let's figure out what your payment could be, whether you're selling your old home or renting your old home out, and then you want to buy a new home, or you're a first-time home buyer and you're tired of the rent increases just going out of sight. Remember, on a 30-year fixed rate payment, your payment stays the same for 30 years. Your taxes and insurance do change over that time period, but your actual payment stays the same, where when you're renting, you have no control whatsoever. So let's get together on how the math works in your situation, and you'll know if it's a good time to buy or sell.